What's up, boys? What is going on? It is Saturday, dude. These fights are about to start here in a couple hours. I normally stream on Fridays for the weigh-ins. Yesterday, I was incredibly sick, dude. Something hit me like a fucking box of rocks. I still feel like shit. I know I sound like shit, but I was non-functional yesterday, dude. I was just like locked in a permanent state of convulsion for like, felt like most of the day, dude, like hot flashes and chills at the same time, and couldn't get comfortable, couldn't sleep, felt nauseous, just felt like hell yesterday. Couldn't do it, even if I wanted to. But the show must go on. The weigh-ins took place yesterday. I'm not going to talk about them. I don't really have much to say about them. I don't think anybody missed weight. But, yeah, that was yesterday. Today's Saturday. The fights are going to take place soon. So I thought I would fire up the stream, plug into the Matrix. I want to get my picks, my official picks and my bets out on the record, for public record, whatever. And just want to talk about the fights a little bit. And if it just serves as more of a video, that's fine too. But for the record, I want to get these picks and bets out there. And yeah, apologies again for not being able to come through yesterday. I'm sure that just disappointed a ton of people. But anyways, man, hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're feeling better than I am. I'm sure smoking this joint's going to make me feel a lot better. But anyways. So yeah, man, 292, boys. It's going down here shortly. In Beantown, Boston. For some reason. I think it has something to do with Dana White and Sean O'Malley. If I had to put a fine point on it. Before I get too deep into the stream, I want to do a couple of shout outs. Kind of recap this past week as far as streaming. First and foremost, shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog MMA. If you're not subscribed to his channel, make sure you do so right now. Had a great stream on Wednesday with him. And yeah, man, make sure y'all check that out. Subscribe to my dude. Puts out great content. Solid guy. He's actually the shit. He's one of the coolest dudes I know around this community, next to myself. But nah, man, shout out to him. And also, that was Wednesday. Make sure y'all give that a view and a like. Definitely subscribe if you're not. And also, Thursday, I made another appearance on the MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. You can check that out anywhere you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, whatever. So shout out to the boys at Pub, in particular Big Show, Mills. Had a good time with them. Made some I echoed some of the bold predictions that I made on Wednesday. And yeah, man, it was a good time. So shout out to those boys. Shout out to Aaron. And yeah, man, Friday, I was supposed to do the weigh-in stream. Was sick as a fucking dog. And here we are. So, for the record, these will be my picks and bets. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the fucking The weigh-ins, you know, those just serve as really just hype, which is what this is going to be. So, yeah, man. Now, I do still have burning questions. I still have burning questions for the chat. I don't need the weigh-ins to ask those. They're still applicable. Some of these questions, anyway. Now, I just want to ask you, two people that are in the building. Let me see who we got in here. What's up, Red Glove? How are you, dude? Boston Nick must be excited. Yeah, shout out to my dude, Boston Nick, man. Yeah, shout out to all the boys at Pub. Yeah, I'm sure he is kind of happy now I think about that. I know Nick lives in Florida now, but that's where his Ritz is, I believe. Yeah, I got burning questions, man. Red Glove, I don't know if you had the chance to check out this card yet, but I've just been doing these the past, like, I'd say past couple months or so. Just kind of asking these questions as like a little bit of hype, get people thinking about the fights, get people to give me like some bold predictions and shit. Try and draw some hot takes out of people. One of the ones I like, there's a few fights that I think this could apply to, but this is a new question I've been asking, and I actually like this one because it seems to happen just about every week. Anybody that comes in here, I want to know which fight y'all think has the most robbery potential this week. Now, this is one I put up there, but now that I think about it, dude, I could see if Andrea Lee and Natalia Silva is close, they're going to fuck Andrea Lee. Big time. This seems to be a card where there could be some narrative involved. Because like I said a little earlier, it's Boston, but Aljo's from New York. O'Malley's from fucking like Arizona or somewhere out in the Mountain West, Southwest, whatever. So geographically, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like I said, it seems like a Dana White, it feels like Dana and the UFC kind of want O'Malley to win. I'm not saying he's going to, but it just seems like that just feels like kind of the narrative. Aljo's been kind of a heel champion. O'Malley with the Irish last name and heritage or whatever. It's gonna go over big in Boston. I don't know, man. I'm not Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, so I don't necessarily think there's a conspiracy involved in this, but the card overall does feel to have some like narrative shit kind of baked into it. But we'll see how much that actually comes to be. But yeah, I think this one too. Like, I don't know, man. I thought Hubbard has lost like a couple of his fights on tough. It just seems like they're pushing Hubbard through. That's just what it feels like to me. I could totally be wrong about that. I just like he's younger than Holloway. He fights really close. I can see this going to split, but I just don't see them. If this is close, I feel like Hubbard's going to win it. So I feel like Holloway could actually win this fight and get robbed. There was another one too that I was thinking like, dude, if this goes to the cards, ain't no fucking way they're going to let this dude win. I think Lee Silva is another good one, but damn it. There was one that really stood out. Oh, yeah. Now, I don't think this one's going to the cards. I don't. I think Ian Gary's going to knock out Neil Magny, but you can bet your sweet asses. If Ian Gary and Neil Magny hits the cards, they will put the fuck to Neil Magny. Just, you can set that shit in stone. But like I said, I don't think that it's going to hit the cards. I think Gary's probably going to finish him. But I'll be honest, man. I'm kind of like, the whole controversy, now that we're on the subject, the whole thing with Gary and Neil Magny is really fucking cringy, dude. I've gone back and listened to that Neil Magny interview, which is what Gary got all pissed off about. I still don't really know what Neil was trying to say. I think he was just trying to like hype up the fight and talk shit about the fight. Like, I don't know. I'm still a little confused as to the point he was trying to make. But I just have a hard time believing that he's like pummeling on his kids the way that Gary's making it seem. So like I feel like Gary's just doing this to like for some mental warfare or whatever hype. I think it's been blown out of proportion. But I don't think it's really gonna matter. I still think he's gonna fuck Maggie up. But it's just kind of weird. Like Gary's a very strange guy. Very weird. Homie Noah, what up? Toughest setup for Hubbard and Cantone to win. I firmly believe that. Yeah, exactly. I said the same thing, and I think that it's gonna happen again. Like, dude, we've all watched Hubbard fight. He fights close a lot. He could, man. He could. I think Hollabout hits harder. Hubbard's a little better at long range. And I just think Hubbard's going to just get a point fighting win with some fence pushing. Jackie boy. What's up, dude? What's up, boys? How are y'all, man? Pumped for these fights? I fucking am. Let's talk about them, dude. Getting into them right now. What y'all think has the most robbery potential? Jack, what do you think? I'm thinking it's either this one or maybe Lee Silva. I don't think Gary Magny's going to go to the cards, but if they do, they will fuck Magny. I'm trying to think if there's any other people. Now, this is an interesting one. The main event. I really don't know about that one. I'm having a really tough time, like, predicting the method of victory and, like, even really the side, honestly. I think it's a really close fight, like, way closer than some people are making it sound. I have a straight bet on O'Malley, and this morning, I think it was this morning, maybe it was yesterday morning. The last 24 hours I've been a little delirious at times, so you'll have to forgive me. But this was the last bet that I added to my slate. It's a chalky parlay that has Aljo in it. So I have a little action on either side of the main event. I'm just having a real tough time. Like, is it going to be O'Malley knockout? Is it going to be Aljo sub? Is it going to be? But just hypothetically, let's just throw out the finishes, which me personally, I tend to think the main event will end more times than it doesn't. Just because I don't know if I said this on Thursday on the pub podcast, like I really don't think that if Aljo is having sustained grappling success, that O'Malley's going to last the 25 minutes. I think Aljo will find the submission at some point, or maybe just beat on him for a TKO. But I tend to think he'll beat it, even if he is like shelling him with ground and pound. I think that'll serve more to open up a choke. But that or the O'Malley knockout. But if it goes to the cards, what do y'all think? Do y'all think if it goes to the cards that they will push O'Malley through or Aljo? Because it seems like the obvious answer would be O'Malley, but like, I don't know, man. Like Aljo's last couple of fights, you could argue that it went to the other guy. So it does seem like there's some narrative behind pushing Sterling for some reason. It's really weird. It's like, I just have a real tough time. Like, yeah, like the obvious answer is O'Malley. Like they're trying to push O'Malley. He has more star potential if he gets the belt. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think they'll? Because here's the other thing. If it does hit the cards, I'm not convinced it's going to be incredibly close one way or the other. It could hit the cards and be like 49-46 Sterling or 48-47. It could kind of play out like the second Jan fight, where Sterling has 3 rounds of grappling success, and then he starts to slow down, and O'Malley pieces him up for 2 rounds. But I just don't think if Aljo is grappling for 15 minutes straight and he's having his way, I think he's going to get shot up out of there. But yeah, I don't know. The main event is one of the weirdest or one of the toughest ones for me to call, I'd say. The co-main event's a little tricky. I favor Wiley. I'm picking Wiley. But Limosh is really live to me. I think that line is wide. even if you think Wiley should be favored, I don't think I don't think she shouldn't be like a minus 250, like a minus 300 even maybe. When you get like above that, like minus 350, minus 375, that's just like she's not that much fucking better than Limosh, man. Like Limosh hits way harder than Joanna. She hits way harder. In my opinion, she even hits harder than Rose. I know some people disagree with that, but like, I don't know, man. People are acting like Rose knocks out everyone she's ever fought. She head kicked Wiley and she knocked out Joanna once. Like, I know her striking's gotten better, but like, Limosh fucking cracks, dude. She hits really fucking hard. Wiley unquestionably has better cardio. If it goes late, Zhang's gonna take over and probably sub her. But on the feet, man, if Wiley wants to be a tough guy, she could end up getting chinned. She does not have the greatest chin. She's been hurt in a few fights, and she's been KO'd stiff. So like, it's not an uncrackable chin. It's literally been cracked before, and I think that's probably, I don't know, is that the weakest part of her game? I would think so. So yeah, I have a straight bet on Limosh too. Been saying it all throughout the week. But my official, this is one where, like the main event, I'm betting one way. Well, I have action on both sides of the main event, but this is one where I'm betting one way and picking the other. The official pick will be Wiley, but that was too much for me to not take a little stab on Limosh, man. Even if it doesn't win, like, it's not risking very much to get over a unit. And I think she's live. I don't think it's just some like Hail Mary. I think she hits harder. I truly believe that. Like, you can say, oh well, Wiley knocked out Andrade. Like, a lot of people got hurt Andrade and got her out of there. Like, I don't think Wiley is quite as heavy handed as Limosh. I don't think that's a hot take either. So yeah, took a stab. But I don't think that one hits the cards. I think either Limosh knocks her out. Amanda does not have 25 minutes. If Wiley's grappling, she doesn't have 25 minutes of gas in her. I'm thinking if she's still there in like the fourth round, fifth round, she's going to get choked. I think Wiley's going to get on top for a choker. So yeah, the picks are Wiley and Aljo. But the bets, a little bit of the money on the dogs. And that's not the only, my 98, 99% of my slate this week is underdogs. And then I have 2 parlays. Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, for a pay-per-view, they didn't even have all the fights on it until like halfway through the week. They literally pieced this card together at the last minute, and there's still only 12 fights on it. So yeah, it doesn't seem. This seems like one of those fight nights where there's like a championship fight involved. You know what I mean? Or this either seems like a fight night where there's a championship involved, or a pay-per-view where there's not a championship. It just doesn't feel like a normal pay-per-view, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, boy, sorry if I sound like shit, man. I'm just getting over something, dude. I still feel bad, but like, I can actually fucking sort of function. One of the tough yeah, that's what I said. That's my vote. I think me and Noah were just talking about this. Like, I think they're pushing Hubbard through. I don't know why. I think that Hubbard's probably still the closest thing to like a UFC fighter. Like, I don't barely, but like, he's been competitive against some decent fighters. Like, it just feels like they're pushing him for some reason. Like, you really think they're pushing Holloway, 36-year-old Kurt Holloway? Like, he's more of a jobber than Hubbard to me. Maybe that's wrong, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to push Austin through. My official pick is Aljo submission. Yeah, that's a good point. I will concede that I don't think the first Jan fight is how Aljo usually looks, but I think you can make an argument that Jan won the second fight, that he won the first round, and he clearly won the last two, and he did more damage, honestly. People want to say that, oh, that knee that cut Jan did the damage. Bullshit. That was like one strike, and Jan still won that round to me. So, like, I do think that, like, Jan got fucked in both of those fights, the second and the Sugar Sean O'Malley fight. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make is, in fact, I don't even really remember. And yeah, no, yes, I do. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right that, like, dude, Sarah Longo is very clearly circulating EPO throughout their gym. They are up on that shit. I'm sorry, like, nah, dude. The way that Merab and Aljo used to gas, and now all of a sudden they're just shredded. They're jacked and shredded with infinite cardio. Like, that is the most EPO suspicious shit there is. If you want to say Usman was on EPO, fine. He probably was. I don't fucking know. But if you want to say Usman was on EPO, you bet your fucking sweet asses that Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dvalishvili are on it. It's whatevs, but they clearly are. Clearly, it's a vast difference from, like, I feel like it's only been like a year or two maybe, but they got up on that shit. And your point is well taken for sure. Yeah, man, Jan gets, the people mug off Jan so much, and it really fucking pisses me off. They could. I'm picking them both to lose, but I don't think they lose as many times as the line indicates, so I had to take a stab. What's up, Charles? How are you? You pumped for these fights? What, Charles Smith, what do you think the most robbery potential is? What fight do you think is gonna somebody's gonna get screwed? The problem with the main event is I don't know if the main event will hit the cards, but if it does, I think it'll be probably well, maybe. Just kind of depends. Yeah, dapping up pubes. Austin Dud Hubbard, yeah. It just, I was talking about this earlier, like I think on Monday. Dude, tough is fucking obsolete. It is, man. Like, it's a joke. It's become a parody of itself. Katona wins the Ultimate Fighter, is in the UFC, leaves the UFC, comes back again, and will probably win the Ultimate Fighter again. It's a joke. It's a reality show. And of course, those guys are fucking desperate enough to try and get back. They'll take it, but it's like, ain't none of them really gonna fucking last. And like, Hubbard might be the closest, but even him, he kind of got washed out too, man. Like, I just think whoever wins is just gonna get, like, maybe not Katona, but like, I don't know, dude. Hubbard just kind of seemed like a very jobberish fighter. Like, nothing spectacular about him. He goes out there, does his job. Sometimes he wins. Decent amount of time he loses. It's never spectacular. He's serviceable on the feet. Okay grappling. Like, he's just there to do a job. He's a jobber. And I don't mean that in like a terribly bad way. It's just like, what? The Ultimate Fighter, like, it used to have a little more prestige on it. And the guys that won the Ultimate Fighter were like, ended up going on to like fucking become champions. And now it just seems like that's kind of like more Dana White Contender Series. It seems like they're the ones that are bringing through the real, like, up and coming talent, and Tough has kind of just become a reality show, kind of a joke, honestly. Yeah, they both fight really close. Fucking, like, yeah, just mixing it up in a very boring way. Anyways, man. All right, boys. What do we think? Oh, let's see. While we're on fights themselves, what's going to be the fucking snoozer? I think it's going to be Katona Gibson. I think that's going to put everyone to sleep. I think Brad Katona is going to have grappling success. It's going to be a lot of fucking takedowns and fence pushing and fucking Brad Katona mixing up some strikes that he doesn't hurt Gibson with and winning a incredibly lackluster 29-28, maybe 30-27. There's some other ones that could be though, man. Like this is a weird card, and I just don't like. I don't know. I just feel like everyone thinks that every fucking fight on this card is going to end by finish, and I think a lot of them hit the cards. I just do. Now some like Tallulah and RoboCop, there's a pretty high chance that one's going to finish inside the distance. But I mean, like the chick fights, everyone is picking to end by finish, and it's like maybe, probably not though. The first two fights are probably going to the fucking cards. Like Andrew, whether y'all like it or not, Andrea Lee is categorically better than Victoria Leonardo and Teresa Blader. That's not up for debate. She is fucking better than them. That doesn't mean she's going to necessarily beat Silva, but Silva's being a little overrated, dude. I'm sorry, like Bleda and Leonardo, they both fucking suck. They're both really shitty, not really UFC level fighters. The only reason Bleda's there is because she's 20. You know, she'll probably get a little bit better, but Leonardo is trash, dude. I'm not fucking rating that. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Lee is better. Like, Lee had a tough fight and arguably could have beat Macy Barber, who I hold in just much higher regard than fucking Natalia Silva. I think Silva's a little bit of a high job. So at plus 270, yeah, I'm going to take the stab on Lee. That one could get greasy. I just like, I don't know if anyone's going to get it finished, though. I think that's going to the fucking cards. But everyone is so goddamn sure that Silva is going to sub or fucking beat the shit out of Lee. Nah, I don't think she's going to. Teresa Bleda was kind of having her way with Silva a little bit until she gassed. Andrea Lee does not gas. She's a decent grappler. She's got good cardio, and she works at a good clip. She doesn't have a ton of power. Silva's got more power, but she's very largely untested to me. She's still pretty young herself. Like, I think this is the first, like, and I'm sorry, Jazz DeVicious, stop acting like she's some world beater too. Jazz DeVicious beat an overrated fighter in Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick is a fucking hype job. So is Jasmine Jessica DeVicious, and I'm going to say so is Natalia Silva. Just like I told y'all, that fucking bitch that y'all were all over her fucking lady dick. Yasmin Hargui, y'all all told me she was going to fucking do this, that, and the third to what's her fuck. And look what happened. She got smoked. I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but dude, Andrea Lee is way better than the bitches she's been beating. Maybe you can make an argument for Jasmine. On the feet, Lee is a way better striker than Jasmine. Jasmine's striking is fucking atrocious, dude. Jessica DeVicious could not fucking punch her way out of a wet paper bag. It's shit. So yeah, Lee is live as a motherfucker. To me. They could fuck her though. They could definitely rob her. Like if that's close, I could see them robbing Lee, which I mentioned earlier. But I don't know, man. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be like a snoozer. I think it could be decently entertaining. We'll have to see though. But snoozer, yeah, I'm gonna say this one. Yeah, I think like I agree with that. I think Gibson and Hallbauer are both dogs. I just don't know if they're good. Like good enough. Good call, man. I can see it. Nice, dude. We just auto fade each other on this one. It's like, nah, if you keep picking Silva, I'm gonna keep fading her just to fucking spite you. I love it. Let's fucking go. What's up, Liam? How are you, dude? Same old bullshit, I reckon. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I fucking felt like death warmed over. I'm just getting over this illness or whatever the fuck it is. I still feel like shit, but I can at least function, man. How are you? Just doing a little pre-gaming, trying to finish this fucking GMO cookies and Skywalker OG pre-roll. And I don't know, what do you think the snoozer of the night's going to be? Got some burning questions for yourself and the others in the chat. Snoozer of the night, I think, is going to be Katona Gibson. But yeah, I could see Lee Silva. I could see Silva Morose. I think those are all good candidates. I think the main and the co-main are going to be hot fire. I think Rodriguez and Tululin will end pretty quickly. Like, some of them I just know are going to be just train wrecks. But like some, like these lower level fights, like I think both of those chick fights at the beginning of the card go to decision. They're just like womp womp womp. Nice, dude. Yeah, I did that fucking everyone's favorite bookie, Bet MGM. Well, they're buttering me up, dude. They I think I'm up on them because I've only been betting with Bet MGM because I can't seem to open any accounts with any other books. But anyways, I'm a little bit up on them, but they still keep giving me these bonus bets. And that was my last one. Was I added one this morning? I think it was this morning. But yeah, man. Yep. Shout out to Liam Hicks, another one of the Pub Sports Radio boys. I will be there this evening for sure. So also, now that I'm on that subject, I think there was perhaps a typo, or not a typo, but a mistake made on the page that shows like the points and the rankings. Because I have a black belt that says, but I haven't won it 3 times. I've only won it twice. So I just wanted to let people know that I haven't won the pub. I've only won the pub contest twice. So I think I should still be a brown belt. But I just wanted to make mention of that while we're talking about pub for a second. But yeah, man, check Liam out. Puts out good content. Definitely one of the busier bodies around the community. Puts a lot of work into his stuff. So yeah, check him out, man. Sorry, dude. I sound like shit. So that's the snoozer. What's the banger gonna be, dude? I think Wiley and Amanda are gonna fucking get after it, dude. The way that Amanda fights, Wiley ain't no punk either. She'll stand and trade. I think this is gonna be a fucking cracker, boys. What do y'all think, though? What's the fight of the night? Oh shit! I just had that thing, man. Come on. Dude, this fucking lazy boy eats lighters. Oh, there it is. Okay. What's the fight of the night going to be, y'all? I think it's going to be the co-main. I think the main event is actually going to finish. But I think this one will finish too, but I think before it does, they'll fucking get after it. This will be a banger as long as it lasts to me. But I will go ahead and just keep cranking through these questions so I can get my official bets and picks out. But yeah, man, who is y'all's? That's what I think the fight of the night is going to be. The follow-up question: who's y'all's most confident favorite? These are my questions right now. What's the fight of the night going to be? To me, it's going to be the co-main. The favorite I feel the most confident in is Cheeto. I think he might even stop Munoz. I think this is a really bad matchup for Munoz. Cheeto is not the kind of guy that he can win a fight with. He can't win a fight with him. I don't think he can win a fight with him staying in distance because he doesn't have enough in his toolbox. He doesn't have enough firepower in his arsenal to stand at range with Cheeto. He really just has hooks and low kicks. I think Cheeto's going to fucking light him up. Does he knock him out? I don't know. But he is going to fucking piece Pedro Munoz up, dude. He's going to be faster. He's younger. Munoz, I'm sorry, man. He's fucking slow, dude. I think Cheeto is gonna fucking poon him, bro. People love them some Pedro Munoz, though, dude. Every time Munoz fight, he has that dude's got a solid fan base for never really he's never even been in a number one contender fight, I don't think, but he's got a solid fan base and people that back him. Like, he's a good fighter, but when he takes these step ups, man, he gets his fucking ass beat. I think it's just gonna be another one, man. I think Cheeto is on the slide. He is just on the next tier up. Munoz is like captain of the B team. Like, Cheeto's at the end of the A team. You know what I mean? Like, the very, just before the cutoff, in my opinion. Nice, dude. Hey, dude, a lot of times it's one you don't expect. Yeah, I think so. I think you're joking, sir. Can't wait to see how round one plays out. History says Cheeto loses the first round against anybody not named O'Malley. Could be a live bet spot. Yeah. Aldo fight, he got sunned bad. Are you talking about Munoz or Cheeto? Yeah, I don't, man. I just think this is a bad matchup for Munoz. I think Cheeto's reach, his counter punching, and dude, Cheeto he can work at a good clip too, man. Sometimes he can kind of hang back and be a counter striker, but when he wants to, he can easily put up over 100 strikes. And I just don't see it going well for Munoz. I think he just gets kind of fucking tuned up. I think Cheeto's got a little bit more vinegar and piss in him right now. I just think he's got a little bit I think they're kind of trending in different directions. Not to say that I think Cheeto is heading towards the belt or anything, but I think he is kind of heading towards potentially a rematch with Sean O'Malley, whether O'Malley wins or loses the main event. I think they're kind of setting that up. And I think this is kind of set up for Cheeto to look good against another good fighter. Because Munoz isn't a scrub at all. He's a good, solid top 15 fighter, like a perennial top 15. He does well against dudes that don't have a good chin. Is that Cheeto? No. And dudes that he has a serious grappling advantage over. I don't think he has a serious grappling advantage over Cheeto. So to me, this is kind of they're kind of teeing Cheeto up to put on an impressive performance and call O'Malley out. Tell me that if Cheeto fucking puts a whooping on Munoz, that he ain't gonna get on that mic and talk some spicy shit about Sean O'Malley. You tell me, you look me in my fucking avatar and tell me he ain't gonna do that. That's exactly what he's gonna do. So yeah, I think Cheeto gonna style on him. The 125er that could. I think they're both pretty similar besides size and age. Yeah, I think those are going to kind of. That's actually, I think, age and mileage on the tank, I think is going to definitely play a big factor in a lot of these fucking fights. So, most confident favorite. How about now? This is going to be a good one because there are so many fucking underdogs on this card, and people are taking their picks. I fucking love it. I've got mine, dude. Like I said, 80, 98, 99% of my fucking slate is dogs. This has actually become my favorite one. Almost everyone that I have heard talk about this fight is either picking RoboCop or they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to pick violence. I'm just going to pick the under. Everyone on this fight is either on the under or they're on fucking RoboCop. Well, not this fucking loudmouth. My parlay buster this week is going to be fucking Dennis Tululin. He's going to starch RoboCop in the first round. I'm sorry. When it takes you getting knocked out, it's not like RoboCop was like having nothing but success and then he got knocked out this first time. No, he's been slumped multiple times. So I'm having a real tough time believing that now it's dawned on him. No, I think RoboCop is a big fucking tough guy. He likes to give one back. And I think he starts to see red in there and just start brawling. That's what he's going to do against Tallulin. Tallulin's tough. He's going to fucking stand there in the pocket, in the phone booth, and clean his motherfucking clock. Dennis Tallulin by first round KO. Let's fucking go. That's my buster of the week, dude. People getting cute with RoboCop this week, man. That dude's a fucking walking KO waiting to happen. And Dennis Tallulin does not like. Look at the fucking. I feel like his takedown defense, like his sub defense, is atrocious. If Gregory Rodriguez does get him down and gets on top of him, he's probably going to get choked. I understand that. I just don't think it happens at a minus 350 kind of rate. I think that's way closer to a pick'em. I think Rodriguez is close to a pick. He fights like it. He makes every fight a fucking 50-50. Does he not? Does he not? When does Gregory Rodriguez not make a fight a fucking 50-50? Not recently. And like I said, this is not his first time he's getting slumped. So this all of a sudden, dude, how many times do you hear fighters say, oh, I'm going to do this now? Oh, I've been doing this and like, it's blatantly obvious that it's getting me fucked up, but I just keep doing it. But now I'm going off fucking and change it. Bullshit. He's going to go in there. He's going to get cracked. He's going to try and brawl, and he's going to get slumped. Dennis Tallulin first round knockout. Yep. Exactly, dude. Well, I mean, he could get knocked out. I hate that shit, dude. Just pick a fucking side. Even if you're wrong, man, who cares? And you can say, yeah, you're not doing that with O'Malley and Sugar. No, I am picking a side. I think Sterling wins. But the shot on O'Malley to maybe win some money, only betting a few bucks to win over a unit, like, yeah, I'm going to take it. I don't think Aljo beats Sean O'Malley 10 out of 10 times. I'm sorry, I just don't think that happens. I think there's a like 3 or 4 times in there where Aljo gets chin checked. So yeah. But nah, like everyone, yeah, they're doing that like mealy mouth. Well, I think it could happen. Like RoboCop could get knocked out, but then no, he's gonna sub him. Like so confident with the sub, like that's what's tripped me out. Is like everyone's like, no, he said he was going to do it, so he's going to do it. Yeah, like every fighter does exactly what they say they're going to do in interviews. If that was the case, every fighter would be champion. You realize that, right? If fighters did what they said they're going to do in interviews, every fighter would be champion because they all say the same fucking delusional bullshit. You have to be delusional as a fighter, from what I'm told. It makes sense, but like, dude, just everyone is like, no, RoboCop said that he's not going to brawl and he's going to go to his grappling. Is it not obvious he should have been doing that in some of these other fights? Like maybe, I don't know, when he got knocked out by Jordan Williams or the other times that he's gotten fucking slumped. Like, I don't know, man. I just think this whole, no, I'm going to all of a sudden be a changed fighter at whatever the fuck he is, 30 something, like bull fucking shit. You're going to do the same bullshit you always do and you're going to get slumped. You're not some fucking like spring chicken prospect that I'm developing as a fighter. No, Rodriguez is what he is. He's a brawler. Everyone talks about how good his fucking grappling is. I have yet to see it. I have yet to really see it. But that's me, man. Dude, there's a ton of dogs. Like, yeah, but Tallulin is my favorite. I like GM3 a lot too this week. I like GM3 a lot. These are my dogs that I'm feel pretty fucking good about. The two I feel most confident in are Tallulin and GM3. I really believe they're going to win those fights. Andrea Lee, 50-50. Depends on how she fights. Limosh and O'Malley are more long shots. So if I had to like rank them as far as my confidence, I pulled the trigger pretty quickly on all of them. Like Lee was a late ad, and so was that was the last dog I bet late. She was the late ad, but everyone else I pulled the trigger on pretty quickly. But yeah, the most confident is Tululan, then GM3, then Lee, then Limos, then probably Sugar. I'm not going to be totally stunned if Sugar shocks the world though, and I'm going to make sure that I get a little something out of it. So yeah, the pick will be Aljo. I think he probably gets it done with the grappling, but it would be cool to see O'Malley starch him. I'd love it. As a Jan stan, it would. A part of my black heart would be warmed for sure. All right. What are we fucking talking about here, boys? Just about 5 o'clock. The fights are going to start in like an hour and a half. My voice is starting to get hoarse. I'm still not feeling incredible, so I'm not going to make this an incredibly too much longer stream. But a couple things. I've been slugging water all day so I can not die or get a fucking ridiculous fever, and I got to piss. When I come back from that, we're going to get you some picks and bets. My official picks and bets are coming up next. I appreciate everyone that's coming and chilled. Been a decent, lively little stream. We hit 9, I think. Peaked out at 9. It'd be sick to hit 10 before the fights start, but, we'll see. Been kind of tough sledding as far as that goes, but I do appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to the motherfucking Dome, man. The best group chat in the world. Dome up in here strong today. I appreciate it, boys. I'll be right back. So quick. All right, back in action. Okay, let's talk actual picks and bets and fights. Let's just talk about that shit. All right, we'll go through in order. These are my official UFC 292 picks. Sorry, boys. My voice is scratchy. The first fight, Silva Moroz. I got Silva. I just think she's gonna land a little bit heavier.
Moroz is kind of pillow-fisted. She does have decent boxing, but I think Silva's going to land heavier, and I think she'll win the moments. It's not one I feel incredibly confident about. I'm not really betting it at all. I don't want anything to do with it, but I'm going to take Silva. I've been talking about this all week. Well, not all week, but I've been talking about it the last few days. Yeah, again, I just think that Lee is considerably better than Bleda and Victoria Leonardo. Just as a fighter, as a striker, like Bleda, even Jazz Davicius, Jasmine Jazz Davicius, Teresa Bleda, and Victoria Leonardo cannot strike worth a motherfuck. And that's the big difference between them and Andrea Lee. Jasmine, Teresa, Victoria, dog shit strikers. Lee ain't bad. Not saying she's the best striker in the division, but she's got pretty serviceable striking in boxing. I think she can win, although she's not like, again, Silva probably hits harder. Maybe she wins the moments, but Lee's got good cardio, and I've seen Silva slow down before, and so have y'all. And if she slows down against Lee, I think she could get pieced up. But they've been known to fuck Lee on decisions they kind of did in the last fight. But, dude, she had a close fight against Macy Barber. Macy Barber and Natalia Silva are not on the same level to me. They're just not.
Even if you want to say that Natalia Silva could be on that level, she fought nobody. She has 3 fights against jobbers. Now, yes, Andrea Lee's kind of a jobber, but she's a little bit more of a high-end jobber. A little bit closer to the high end. So, yeah, she's certainly, to me, ain't no plus 270 against this unproven bitch. So, yeah, giddy up cowgirl for Lee. Yeah, go ahead, cowgirl. Get you one. Cash that ticket, dude. So, got a dog right there. One good turn deserves another, right? Like I said before, GM3, probably my second most confident bet this week. I think Petrosky's a fucking fraud. I think he's a front-running muscle hamster, really reliant on the submission. You can make that argument for GM3 too. You're not wrong about that. But I'm just saying, like, Petrosky, that dude's sketchy. Like, he's another guy. He ain't fucking fought or beat not a goddamn soul. Just nobody, man. He ain't fought nobody, and he damn sure ain't beat nobody. So, like, GM3 is too proven. He's too proven against a dude that I'm pretty sure is going to gas. Petrosky is, like, not that great of a striker either. He kind of, like, wings overhands. Sure, he could catch GM3 with one of those, especially early, but, dude, if GM3 survives that storm, he is going to fucking melt Andre Petrosky, dude. He's going to finish him. He'll either knock him out with a body kick or he will club and sub him. Or he'll just straight sub him when Petrosky shoots a sloppy takedown in the 3rd round and fucking ninja choke him or something. Nah, man. Plus 200. That's too much, man. Shout out to my dude, Aaron the Dog. Aaron got GM3 at like plus 245 or something crazy like that. So, yeah. Shout out to my dude. Let's fucking go, homie. We're cashing this shit this week, man. Anybody else that's on GM3, boys, we are cashing this motherfucking ticket. Let's go. This is a classic, like, this dude ain't as good as everybody thinks he is. I kind of know where GM3's at, and I've just seen Petrosky look too shaky in some fights against, like, not incredible competition. And I think, like, if nothing else, GM3 is solid. I think he's pretty solid for the most part. World beater, certainly not. Andre Petrosky's a world beater, though. No. I think GM3 is just one of the livest fucking dogs. Not only do I think he's live, I just think he's going to fucking win. Yeah, that was so awkward, man. Very, very awkward. I think you should try and explain it to everyone in the chat, Jack. I know you'll have a clever, like, some clever wordplay to put with it. Yeah, I think Petrosky he's a front runner. And I think GM3, people will disagree with that. I've heard people straight up be like, nah, Petrosky's a better grappler. I don't think he is. I think he's a better wrestler, but I think GM3 is the better MMA submission grappler. That's just my opinion. GM3 knows how to weaponize his grappling in an MMA fight. And knows how to weaponize his cardio too. And when he sees a dude fading, he kind of smells blood in the water with those chokes, dude. I think he's just going to choke Petrosky in the second or third round. Yeah, and it'd probably be that same for Petrosky too. Look at the guys he's been fighting. Do you think that Petrosky would be Bruno Silva or Mahmoud Muradov? No, they both put him in a fucking box. Telling you, and that's the thing. If you are like, and this is I was talking with on Wednesday with Aaron about this. Joe Pyfer. Now Joe Pyfer's a big fucking tough guy from New Jersey. He'll fuck y'all, I'll fucking mash your fucking head in. Like, that's not Andre Petrosky. Petrosky's a grappler. He's got an overhand, and that's about it. If he starches GM3, I'll throw my hands up and just be like, fuck, I was wrong. But he ain't that dude. He ain't no Joe Pyfer. He ain't no fucking, like, even guys like Bruno and Mahmoud Muradov. He was able to weather the storm and fuck them up on the feet, drop Bruno Silva. Like, Bruno Silva and Muradov would murder Petrosky. Like, the ref would have to stop them from killing him. So, yeah. And yeah, to Jack's point, like, that's what ends up happening. They don't want to go down there with him because he's going to threaten with submissions. Especially if they are active. Yeah, sometimes GM3 can lay on his back. Yes, Petrosky does have pretty good top control. But Petrosky doesn't have very good cardio. I've heard people try and, like, use some mental gymnastic floor routines to try and, like, brush that under the rug. It's like, no, the guy just doesn't have good cardio. Certainly doesn't have as good cardio as Gerald. So I know Gerald's got better cardio. I think he's at least, if not a better submission grappler. I think he's at least, if not a better, I think he's a better striker, honestly. So yeah, let's fucking go. If you got Gerald Mearshart at over plus 200, like the homie Aaron the Dog MMA did, I mean, what more can you fucking ask for? You literally got all the fucking value you could out of that. And I think it's like, there's a ton of value on Mearshart. I just think he's the better fighter overall. Honestly, it's not one of those where it's like, oh, he just has more experience, but he's just not very good. Like, no, he is good in areas that Petrosky struggles in. Cardio, like putting himself in bad grappling spots. Like, he just, I don't know, man. GM3 just seems kind of like, yeah, I mean, he did finish Dustin, though. Hey, this one could look sketchy, and then he finishes Petrosky. Yeah, and Wellington Turman's a fucking jobber. Nick Maximov isn't even in the UFC anymore. But everyone rates that Nick Maximov win so fucking highly. But it's not really that good. It's a jabroni win. But
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
sorry about that. I had to get chewed out a little bit. What up, boy? Shout out to my dude, the general, the leader of the Dome, the greatest group chat in the world. Yep. Might be in the doghouse, boys. I woke the missus up from her nap. She is not happy with me. Anyways. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I just don't see how Katona loses this. I've seen a few people on Gibson, actually. I just don't see it, man. Cody Gibson is a fucking jobber, dude. Gibson's a jobber. Hollabow's a jobber. I do not see the value on either of the tough guys. Not either of the tough underdogs, that is. I think Katona and Hubbard, I even think that, like, even if Hollabow, like, edges it, they're going to rob him. I think they are pushing Austin Hubbard and Brad Katona through. They could even, I think Katona will clear Gibson. I don't think that one will be controversial, but we'll see. Yeah, I think this is going to be Weidman's swan song. I find it troubling that a fight where he got probably the most horrific of those kinds of injuries that we've seen anyone get in the octagon, to me, that just should have been it, man. And I know I'm not a fighter, but, like, dude, I'm sorry. Weidman's family and the people closest to him dropped the ball here. I think now if he goes out there and beats Tavares, I'll give him all the credit in the world. I'll eat all the crow, and I'll just be wrong. But this is all signs are pointing to Weidman getting buried again. They just are. This is not like, this isn't really even the same as Robbie and Nico, because Robbie hadn't been out for 2 years. He'd been active, reasonably active in fighting. Weidman hasn't done shit for 2 years. Had to learn how to walk again. Tavares might knock him out. As crazy as that sounds, another guy that doesn't hit very hard, like, Tavares is a pretty good striker, and Weidman's a little chinny. Not only is he chinny, but his leg's fucked up. Like, I just don't see this going good for Weidman, dude. I just think this is going to be a swan song. If it hits, there are definitely some people I'm going to have to give credit to. One of them may or may not be in the chat right now, but I'll tell you what, man. You got a brass pair on you. You betting Chris Weidman. You either love Chris Weidman or you got a brass pair, because this does not seem like, I know the UFC loves Weidman, but this to me is just like someone should have sat him down and be like, this is it, man. You're 40. You just got this. Like, Weidman to me just seems like a stubborn, bullheaded, strong-willed, you're not going to tell me nothing. If I want to fucking fight, I'm going to fight. It's just like, okay. He just seems like that kind of dude. Could be wrong. I don't know him from Adam, but, like, that's just the impression that I get. And hey, we are in that town this weekend. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, that is the impression that I get with this fucking fight. It's just like, yeah. We talked about this a little earlier. Yeah, I think Tallulah smokes him. First round. Why? What about Bruno Ferreira made that the magic number? Made that be the fight where it's like, oh, maybe I don't need to fight like this. You were fighting like that every other fucking fight. it's in your fucking nature. You ain't changing your nature like that at that age. And I know he's like, says he's in his 20s or like 30 or whatever. That motherfucker is at least 35. At least. At bare minimum. He's not in his 20s and he hasn't been for a couple years. He's in his early to mid 30s. Anyways, yeah, man, he just, I don't know. No. That's like, that's not logical. I don't know what's wrong with that woman. Where is the motherfucking big show? What up? Hey, good luck to you, my brother. Shout out to you and Mills for having me on the podcast. I appreciate it. I was putting y'all over a little earlier. Yeah, man. I'm going to be up in there here in a little bit. I don't anticipate this stream being too much longer. I'm going to try and wrap it up by 6. Yep. Tell him, Tom. Tell him, Jack Petty. Let's fucking go. Tail at your own risk. Swim at your own risk. Tail at your own risk. Let's go. Giddy up. Oh, like he just realized, oh, no, now I need to grapple. Motherfucker, you could have been doing that. You've been knocked out, what, like 3 times now? 3 or 4 times? I'm sorry, I just don't think this is going to be the one just because he said it. Again, if you took everything that a fighter said, that every fighter says at face value on interviews, every fighter would be champion. It just doesn't happen. Fighters are fucking full of shit. They just are. They're bullshitters. They're delusional bullshitters. They kind of have to be to a certain extent, but like, you hear every single one of them talks about, oh, I have this that I haven't shown before. Oh, I'm going to do this. I've really been working on this skill set. I need to go back to this. I need to go back to my striking. I need to go back to my grappling. They say that because they've just been getting fucked up. But it's like, why is it taking that long for you to realize that? It's like, to me, that's like, nah, you're not just realizing that. You just can't help yourself. To me, RoboCop just can't help himself. He's not going to be able to help himself here. Tululin's going to hit him. He's going to hit him back, and then Tululin's going to slump him. Please, Dennis, find that Jimbo. Talk about this. I think fucking Vera smokes him. I think Cheeto's just going to whoop him silly. We haven't talked about this fight today. I just don't like the quick turnaround. It's just sounds a little too good to be true. Batista's pretty good. Batista's a guy that kind of forced me to respect him. Ever since he got knocked out by Trevin Jones, I've been trying to fade him. Not every fight, but like, I'd usually try and fade Batista more often than not, and just hasn't been working out for me. Maybe this is the spot too, but I don't see it, man. Like, Blackshear's never been finished, but he has lost to some low-level competition, dude. I mean, he has lost to some fucking jabronis. He's lost to some good guys too, but like, man, he hasn't beat anyone really. Like Jose Johnson, man, like that's another just like 1-2 fight dude in the UFC. I'm not like, he lost to Chris Matino, dude. Come on, man. Like, I don't get the Blackshear love this week. I think people are trying to like will this into fruition. Like, no, it would be such a cool story if this happened. But like, the dude had to do 2 weight cuts in 2 weeks. And he's not fighting Jose Johnson. He's fighting a legit top 15 dude. Like, yeah, Batista's got wins over some jobbers, but like he smokes them. I think he's going to kind of smoke Damon Blackshear. I'm sorry. I just think he's a better striker. The weight cut is going to get to Blackshear at some point, like halfway through the second round. And I just see Batista like, maybe he doesn't get him out of there, but I don't think this is going to be controversial. I think Blackshear is biting off a little more than he can chew here. It's kind of a win-win for him. He's going to get the respect of a lot of the fans, but to me, this is just like, nah, dude, you're kind of like, this is almost a little arrogant. I think he's going to pay for it. I think Batista's going to kind of work him a little bit. Like, I'm sorry, man, Batista, he might not end up being champion, but he's not a kind of guy you turn around and fight on a week notice. I'm sorry. Like, he's a good striker and dangerous with the submissions. Like, yeah, he doesn't have like he's like a blue belt or something, but like I think he's the guy I'm thinking of. That like he's a good grappler, but he doesn't have like a super high belt. But man, he's just not a guy you can turn around and fight on a week, in my opinion. But it's not a fight I feel super duper strongly about. Like, I'm not betting it really, but I don't know, man. Yeah, it's like he doesn't have like incredible wins. Chris Moutinho is? No, that's incorrect right there. Let's see. Kenny Hill, nobody jobber. James Brown, nobody jobber. Jeremiah Scott, 2-3, nobody jobber. Alon Cruz, 11-5, Alon Cruz. Keith Richardson, 22-11, Keith Richardson. I'm not seeing it yet, homie Noah. Aaron Lacey, okay. He lost to Moutinho. He lost to that fucking jobber. 11-6, Chris Moutinho. He beat 8-7, Chris Wright. 8-8, Chris Wright. Oh, that's a good win. Sabatini, overrated, fucking little bit of a fraud. Cody Nordby. Mike Kimball, Danny Sabatello. Like, that's okay. That's not bad. But like, Sabatello is kind of like an overrated Bellator dude who had a little hype on him, but now you know what I mean? Like, Basharat's a good loss. But he has he has 0 good wins. None. Like, Lacerda's okay. I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't know. Johns and Kelleher are better wins than any win on Blackshear's record. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, in the UFC, he fought Jose Johnson. Zalal, drawing with Zalal, it's not the best look. Basharat's a good loss. Lacerda is an okay win. Johnson's win. I just don't think that's clear. That's really clearing Mario Batista. But anyways, whatever. I mean, if Blackshear does it, if he pulls off this miracle, then I will be genuinely shocked. I want Magny to win now, just because Ian Gary's so fucking annoying, but Ian Gary's going to knock him out. He's going to finish Neil Magny. Excuse me. We talked about both of these. Yeah, I think Limosh is live for like 10 minutes, and then it's all Zhang. I just don't think Limosh is going to be too tired, I think, to like really get sustained offense off. Like let's say she like cracks Wiley in the 4th or 5th round. I just don't think she's going to have the gas tank left to like pour it on. I don't know. And yeah, this one, picking Sterling. I have a bet on O'Malley, but I think Sterling will probably get it done. So let's see here. Let me go over this slate real quick. Shout out to the 7 people in here. These fights are going to get started in like an hour. What's up, DB? How are you? I actually kind of want that to happen. I don't think it's going to. I think he's going to get chin checked, but Gary has just been kind of insufferable this week. He doesn't cut very good promos. He thinks he's really like saying these profound things, and that he has all this like presence and this aura, and it's like a little bit, but I feel like the more he talks, the more it's just like, will you please just shut the fuck up? I would rather see you fight than speak, because you can't really cut promos that well. You're pretty obnoxious. Like, he thought he was like really dogging Neil Magny, and it was really cringy. I still don't understand what all that was about. I don't know what the fuck Neil was trying to say, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't beat his kids like he like does when he's in fight. Like, you know what I mean? That's ridiculous. No one like that's like worse than like a TV or movie like monster, like abusive parent. That's like worse than that. Like, that's just not. No, I really don't think that's happening. So like the fact that Gary is like so sincerely like leading into this is like, dude, you're trying really hard and reaching for something here. It's just cringy, and like he's still gonna whoop Neil's ass. Like I think he's probably gonna knock him out, but like I hope Neil pulls out the upset now. He stole my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar. Yeah, that'd be hysterical, dude. That would be the most gify, memeable shit there is. Yeah, it's just like he's for sure winning, for sure. I think he probably knocks him out. Neil doesn't have a very good chin anymore. He's been slumped a few times, and he's getting wobbled in these fights. And Gary is young and quick, and he hits decently hard and puts combos together well. I think probably fucking piece Neil up, probably knock him out. But let me get these bets on public record. As a matter of public record, before I do that, I want to remind everyone, this is just for entertainment. If you decide to tell me on any of these, like Homie Noah is telling me on Tallulin, he's doing it at his own risk. I'm not giving out betting advice. I'm just telling you guys what I think about the fights and telling you what I'm betting. Bet responsibly, please, and call that number if you can. Somehow, some way, I've managed to climb back into the green. I'm up this year. Thank goodness. Let's keep it going. This is my greasy little slate for 292. It is incredibly dog heavy. Feast your eyes on this greasy plate of greasy bets. These are the order in which I made the bets. So this isn't like the order of the fights. This is the first bet I made, second bet, third bet, so on and so forth. This is not the level of confidence I have in these. This is just the chronological order. All right. First bet I made was Limosh. Scrolling through the lines, first one I came to that was like that much. Nah, I don't think so. It's not my most confident. It's my second to least confident, but taking a little poke. And O'Malley, taking a little stab on O'Malley too. I think Sterling probably wins, but Not that many times. O'Malley's a good fighter. And I think people really love to highlight the things Aljo does well and then try and brush over the things that he fucking sucks at. And people, there's a lot of bad faith actors that are quote unquote Sterling fans that act like he's the greatest fighter ever. He has great striking. His striking sucks. It's really wonky. It's pretty shitty, honestly. The only reason he can get it off is because he's such a good wrestler and he's such a good grappler. He is the best grappler in that division, except for maybe Marab. And I think Aljo, as far as the submissions go, yeah, I think he's a little bit better. But on the feet, there's just as big of a gap. If it's just stand up, Aljo can't strike. Let's be real. Aljo cannot really strike worth a fuck. Have you seen him? Have you watched his fights? It's terrible. He looks crazy. He looks retarded. It looks goofy watching him strike. O'Malley's crispy. If they're standing for a significant amount of time, Aljo is in danger. He just is. He was in danger standing against Jan. He's going to be in danger if it's standing against O'Malley. Will it, though? I think more often than not. I think 6 or 7 times, Aljo probably gets it to the ground and gets the choke. But, yeah, I think there's a few times in there that O'Malley cleans his clock, and I'll take a little poke. Maybe there'll be something in the air, boys. A little that Irish luck in the air. We'll see. These are the two that I'll do it in chronological order. This is one of my most confident. I just think GM3 is a better fighter. And I don't even know if Petrosky should Petrosky be the favorite? For what? Maximov? And who's the other dude he beat? Anyways, and yeah, this is probably my most confident. I could end up looking real stupid here. If Rodriguez just goes out there and really does grapple, yeah, he's probably going to smoke him. I just don't think he will. He could have been doing this the whole time. I'm sorry, he did not just realize this. And I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think even him realizing it is just he's just that dude. And in the heat of the moment, I don't care how much he hasn't even had that much time off. It's literally been 6 months. Maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe 7 months. But still, dude, he got knocked unconscious. And that's the 3rd or 4th time it's happened. Jordan Williams put him out cold. Jordan Williams. Anybody can knock this man out. Dennis Tululin is anybody. He hits hard. He's tough. I think he can take a punch from RoboCop and give one back that'll, maybe RoboCop hits a little bit harder, but Tululin's I don't think he's ever been knocked out. And I think he hits pretty hard, too. RoboCop is chinny as fuck. And I don't all of a sudden think that he's just going to RoboCop fighting smart. I don't believe that. I'm going to have to see it first. And yeah, ride him, cowgirl. Get on up in that saddle, Andrea. Cash that old ticket for us, darling. So yeah, those are my dog bets. The order in which I made them once again. Lemos, Sugar Show, Mearshart, Tululin, KGB. The next bet, those were all locked in before, well, with the exception of Andrea Lee, those were all locked in before Wednesday. And on Wednesday, Oh, you already know what we got. You already know what I tailed on Wednesday. That old Zhang Li parlay, baby. You better fucking believe it. I like the shit this week, dude. Moroz is a good underdog hedge on the Silva pick. So pick on Silva, bet on Moroz. One of them is going to be right. I agree with GM3. I certainly agree with Tavares and Cheeto. And Wiley is a great hedge spot for my Limosh bet. So I feel like if the two bookends there get it done, I feel like that's cashing, dude. So shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog MMA. If you're not subscribed to him already, do it. He makes a parlay every week. It's got at least one underdog in it, and it is made in honor of one of his most loyal listeners, the one and only John Lee. Shout out to John Lee. Shout out to Aaron. I like it this week, baby. I think that whole thing going to cash this week. I like it. The last play I made. I mentioned it earlier, but this is the official one. I feel like this is an excellent hedge for my O'Malley spot. I don't really see Katona and Vera losing. And if those two hit, something's cashing for me. Either my O'Malley bet is hitting or the Aljo bet is. It ain't going to be no fucking draw. One of these dudes is going to win. I think one of them is going to get finished. So, yeah. Katona and Vera, get it done. That's going to hit. And if it doesn't, the O'Malley bet will. So I feel like that's a great spot for a little hedger. And, again, the John Lee parlay, that's got some great hedge spots too, man. So I like this slate. I don't need all of these to hit. I just need two of them. Any two of these hit. So let's see. That's 3, 7, 11, 14, 17, 18. That's a free bet. So I'm not even risking 2 units, man. I finally got up this year. I'm going to stay up regardless of the outcome of this event. I didn't go too heavy on it for a pay-per-view. Yeah, it's not even 2 units. But with me risking so little, 2 of these hit and we're green. Just need 2 of them. Any two will do. I feel like that's giving myself pretty good odds. Call me crazy. What up, Jimmy? I see you down there. Fucking nursery rhyme. Jesus Christ. Yes, I've heard of fucking old Mother Hubbard. God. That's funny, dude. You're gonna make me fucking cough, man. Stop it. Fucking ridiculous. O'Malley. I hope O'Malley wins. I'm rooting for O'Malley. I'm picking Aljo. I have a bet on Aljo. What's up, Zach? I see you. What up? He should, but I think GM3 is super duper live. I think not only do I think he's live, I think he's gonna win. Tallulah and GM3 are my most confident. I really like GM3 this weekend. GM3 and Tallulah. No, I don't blame you, man. It's a risky fight. I don't blame anybody for passing on RoboCop Tallulah. One, it's volatile as fuck. Tallulah has atrocious sub defense, and RoboCop has horrendous striking defense and a just terrible chin. So it's just like you're asking to like What's the expression? Slip on a banana peel? Like, I took a stab on Tululan, just plus 275. Man, that's just too much. RoboCop ain't that much better than Tululan. Like, and I just don't trust, like, I'm sorry, I don't think some miracle, like, magical, like, fucking epiphany, some, like, moment of clarity, like, oh, maybe I need to stop brawling. Dude, you knew you need to stop brawling before you got knocked out the second time, let alone the third or fourth time. It's like, I don't believe that. I don't believe a lot of what fighters say, honestly, because they all say the same shit and they bullshit a lot. And they say a lot of delusional things and like things that they think people want to hear, and like just it's a lot of the same. But with that, no, I don't fucking believe that. How many times do we hear a fighter say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. Oh, I'm gonna go back to this style. I'm gonna go back to my roots or whatever," and they just don't fucking do it because it's like an instinct. I truly think he sees red and he's like, okay, we're gonna throw down. I think that's what's gonna happen. Tululan's gonna smoke him, but if he does get him down, he will choke Tululan. So I don't blame anybody for passing. I don't blame you for passing on that one bit. I know, dude. What the F word, man? Appreciate it, duder. No, I appreciate the support, boys. We fucking flirted with 10. Come on now. Dapping up homies. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be in that pub chat in like 45 minutes. I can't hear it at the bar, but cheers. Cheers, Jimmy. Right on. Weidman season, nice. Yeah, I knew Jimmy would. Well, I didn't know, but that riding with the New York boys. I can respect it. Nice. Cheers. All favorites, only dogs on Maui. Like I said, I'm picking Aljo and Wiley to get it done, but I have small pokes on the dogs there. Doing the Anon thing. Charleston went up to Jimmy. Oh, Mother Hubbard, fucking ridiculous. This fucking nursery rhymes. Funny, dude. That was can't lie, that was funny. I always look to fade RoboCop, honestly. That seems to be the smart play. If RoboCop does what he says he's going to do, you're going to look smart. If he does. I just don't think he's going to. I don't, at least half the time, I don't believe fighters when they say they're going to do something in an interview. You got to show me in the fight. Yes, indeed. Check that out, man. Make sure y'all sign up for the contest. I believe it is free now. Oh, big show. Now that I got you here, Bubba. I don't know if you've seen my DM, but I'm pretty sure I have not won the contest 3 times. So I don't really think that I should have the black belt, but I just wanted to make you aware of that while I got you here. It's not a big deal to me. I don't know. I kind of feel weird about it. It's like I didn't earn that. Takes 3 wins. I've only won 2, so I just wanted to let you know. I don't know if there's a way to change it or what, but nah, I'm not gonna do the stolen pub contest black belt valor. I'm not gonna do that. I want to actually earn it. I'm close. One more win and I should get it, but yeah, I've only won it twice, I believe. Okay, gotcha. Okay, right on. Right on, dude. Okay, where are we at? Boys, I think that might be it, honestly. I think that might be all I have. My throat is kind of fucking hoarse and scratchy. My voice is scratchy. I sound like shit. I'm all nasally. I think I'm gonna try and I think I'm gonna scoot. We pre-gamed, we chilled, we kicked it a little bit, got these picks and bets out. It really just wanted to say what's up to y'all and like get this shit on the record. Call my shots. I've been doing it a couple times this week. Like I said, man, shout out to Aaron the Dog, MMA, and the boys at Pub, Big Show, Mills, this week for having me on the podcast. It was good times all around. Oh shit! A premonition, a fucking omen. That'd be sick. That'd be real tight. Appreciate it. Oh, I tried to go back through. I may have to go on another thing. I went to my Google account and I went through my block list. I don't have you blocked. I don't have your other account blocked on Google, but I'll go back through the YouTube and because I did make a good faith effort to unblock you. I've just gotta dig into it a little bit more extensively. But you've been chill, and I'll do what I said I was going to do and unblock you. But I'm still working on that, is what I'm trying to say. Hey, I appreciate that, General. Yes, indeed, dude. Winning the contest is great, man, and you get a little prize money, a little clout, and a little prize money. Hey, man, you can sign up for free. Like, why not? Fuck it. But yeah, dude, I love to win that thing. Yeah, dude, if this is number 3 and I really do get that black belt, woo! I'm gonna act a damn fool. Okay, cool. Right on. Well, boys, I think I'm gonna fucking rock and roll. I'm gonna let the picks and bets and all that shit scroll back through as I play us out. But I think that'll just about do it, man. Everyone that came through today, y'all are the shit. I really appreciate it. We're all going to get rich this weekend, boys. We're all going to fucking cash our little asses off. It's going to be good times, smiles all around, clinking glasses, passing dubers, good times. I am going to be heading in about a little over half an hour. I'm going to head into the Pub Sports Radio betting companion and live stream, fight companion, if you will. So yeah, if y'all want to kick it in there, that's where I will be. I will also, as I usually am, will be in and out of the dome. So I'll see y'all there. And yeah, man, good luck, boys. Even if you're on the opposite side, at least one of us makes money. And yeah, even if my bet doesn't hit, yours will. So let's see, let me get this going. Apologies again for my fucking horrific sounding voice, man. I'm just fucking sick as shit yesterday. But anyways, man, another pretty good one though, dude. The live viewers numbers weren't bad. Flirted with 10. Still looking to haven't hit 10 live viewers in a few weeks, man. It's kind of frustrating, but I appreciate the support, dude. Got close to it. That's good enough. Like, good enough for today, dude. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed, man. Best of luck to everybody. Let's get it, dude. Yep, that's where I'm headed to, man. Yes, indeed. But yeah, man, once again, shout out to the fucking Dome, the greatest group chat in the world. I will be in and out of the Dome this evening, talking trash, hopefully cashing bets alongside you, Brages. Shout out to my dude, Aaron the Dog MMA. Make sure you subscribe to his channel if you're not. He does his UFC stream every Wednesday. This Wednesday, I will not be there, unfortunately. The old man is coming into town. I got to go pick him up from the airport, so I will not be able to make that one. I'll be on the road, but we'll look to return after this next week. So yeah, shout out to Aaron. Subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Puts out great content, and he also did an LFA breakdown after the UFC stream this past Wednesday. The LFA Whisperer spoke, so make sure you go check that out. Again, thank you to Big Show and Mills and the other gentlemen over at Pub that have had me on the MMA Locker Room Talk podcast. Make sure y'all check that out wherever you can listen to podcasts. But nah, man,
Appreciate all y'all. Good luck. Let's fucking get it. I'll see y'all in the chats. This has been just my 2 cents, and I will catch you boys on the next one. Peace!